the good part about working at Sokrati is the kind of support that you get from your team, from your mentors, managers. One thing that I can think of right now is the opportunity that company has given me to build a new capability from scratch and the team from scratch.
A very good morning to everyone, friends, and welcome to this episode, Heroes of Sokrati. I am Manoj Banjari. I'll be your host. For this conversation we have invited one of our esteemed leader, also one of the key pillar for our media. So that is Akshay Kulkarni with us, who is going to participate in conversation, sharing his inputs, his insights uh, at Sokrati. So, with that, Akshay, a very warm welcome to you on this episode of Heroes of Sokrati, and very, very keen to hear a lot of insights, inputs from you. Getting started, a brief about how you want to share.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Manoj, for inviting me here. Uh, so, quickly briefing about myself, right? It has been a great experience working at Merkle Sokrati. I have seen the company grow from a folks of almost 200 folks, now 1800 plus, right? So, I've been a part of that journey, right from the ground. Also, learned a lot on the way. So I am working with Google team right now, taking care of the cluster.
Yeah.
It's been almost 5 years working with company, working with a lot of people, uh, uh, getting to know a lot of experiences, building my own experiences as well. So it's been a fantastic journey so far.
Great. So, what I want to understand is a little about your experience, little about what you contributed, and how it has been.
Right. I could say that uh, this is a great learning platform for everybody who is actually getting into digital ecosystem or anything around performance marketing or otherwise. Uh, and the good part about working at Sokrati is the kind of support that you get from your team, from your mentors, managers, the leaders, right? To uh, come up with your own ideas, think outside the box, and you get your own time to learn as well as make sure that you are well ahead of your curve in your growth journey. So while everybody will have their own pace, but I can vouch that I have seen in my journey that whoever I have worked with uh, had a hockey curve growth path in their career working with Sokrati. So that has been the best part, that I can see over a period of time that I have experienced. But whatever has been your role in the company or in the team, right? The good part is you can reach out to anybody at any point in time, and you can expect support from them. Definitely, you will have your own intent to drive things, but if you are stuck at something, I have seen that multiple times with me, with other colleagues as well. Whenever they try to reach out to their subordinates, their mentors, managers, everyone is approachable and everybody helps what in whatever way they can, and consider everybody as a team and grow grow together as a team. So
Absolutely.
that's the good part about it.
Fantastic. Akshay, you have invested almost half a decade with Sokrati, and you've seen its growth almost 9 times now. Uh,
Yes.
if I request you to share one of an experience or one incident or any part which will stay with you now for lifetime, what is that one would be you like to share?
Yeah, there are definitely many. Like every
Yes,
quarter comes with a lot of
correct.
challenges, and that is what makes you really work really hard on a daily basis. But
Correct.
one thing that I can think of right now is the opportunity that company has given me to build a new capability from scratch and the team from scratch. So that is definitely is going to be the key memorable uh, you know time that I can say that I have how could I put it? So that is definitely the key moment in my time at Sokrati, where I get to build the team from scratch and develop a new function, which is now a significant part of Sokrati. So the time when I created or been a part of that team we were almost 5 to 6 people folks, and now when I look back, the team has grown to 25 plus people, so that's almost a 400% growth, right?
Wow.
So looking back at that, I definitely consider, fortunate enough to be a part of that team and part of that growth story.
Actually, tell us what is that inspires you to go on and on. So what is that? I definitely understand you are an extremely passionate person creating stuff, but still everybody requires an inspiration. So how do you derive those inspiration?
For me, it's always day one. Like even in the walls of Sokrati, you must have seen a lot of posters of Steve
Yes.
Jobs and everyone, right? There
Yes.
was one poster that I catched my eye where it mentioned it's always day one, right? And I try to abide with that
That-
thought process. So I mean, the kind of exposure that company has given me, the kind of great minds that I work with, right? The team that I work with, they are
Yes.
extremely supportive and helps in everybody's growth. And whenever any challenge comes up, right, be it working from home during pandemic, coming back to office and again going back to home, we have learned from all those experiences, and now we have created our own set of framework and the process that what works well for us.
Correct.
And having a personal touch to everything, that kind of creates a bond between you and your teammates and your colleagues as well, right? So that is one thing. But considering yourself, as it's always a day one, keeps you always on your toes and motivates you, get out of the bed and do something new every time. So these challenges comes your way, but definitely, looking very positive and try to solve for the problem statements that come your way keeps me motivated all the time. It has been challenging for us in last 2 years, but that doesn't mean that world will stop. It will continue, and there are, I mean, this industry is so competitive, right? Every now and then you will see the new things coming up,
Sure.
new initiatives everybody is taking up, and Sukriti has given us that platform to kind of take that opportunity and bring the best out of everyone. So it's never a dull day for you at Sukriti.
Correct, correct. On the same thread, what will be interested to understand from you, Akshay, is that you mentioned you scaled up the team from 5 to 25, and we are constantly evolving the field of Google space, which you are doing. So, would you like to highlight a little bit anything new or anything specific vertical that you're working on, which will be very interesting for folks who aspire to come on board too? Anything you want to share?
Sure. So in the overall journey at Sokrati, right, I have come across a lot of clients of various verticals, various domains. And good part is being at a service side of the industry, right? You get that exposure of working with a lot of bright minds of these various
Sure.
verticals. We
Correct.
had a good share of clients who are into e-commerce domain. Now the edutech wave came in 2 years back, right? We ride that wave and we have a plenty of e-commerce client working with us. So uh, definitely, it's not limited to a specific industry. You get to work with a lot of clients of various verticals, understand their business problems, and you get to interact with the CSOs who understand that business. So you become a part of that team also and try to solve for a bigger problem while you being expertise at performance marketing, right?
So, would you like to highlight a little about what is this Socratic culture? What is that differentiates Socrati from the other organization? Because the only way we can reach out to our the folks who are joined is by
Right,
sharing.
right.
And what better than you who has seen the Socratic culture evolve as a curve in the last 5 years? So, would like a little from you about it.
Great. So one thing that has been constant is people being approachable, like I've said earlier, right? You will always see that, at any point in time you reach out to anybody, they will make sure that they are available to solve for your problems. Secondly, the kind of, collaboration that happens across, right? Because there are n number of things that are happening parallelly for everybody.
Sure.
Making sense out of everything is a big task, but then we have a well-oiled engine which kind of makes sense of everything and helping everybody who is newly onboarded or is already a part of the system to get acquainted to that whole setup and makes comfortable and lets everybody grow at their own pace, still making sure that you are achieving the deliverables.
Correct. Absolutely. Very true. Sooner or later, we are all going to be in office.
Yes.
And if people get the feel about it, it's still good about it. Right? Great. Akshay, what now I'm going to channel is a little is those folks who are here will be also interested. How is the growth trajectory of the organization and people? How does it happen? So, would you like to share something? How it happens?
So, I joined as an intern, right? And then definitely climbed up the ladder as in when I got more opportunities and learned uh,
Absolutely.
on the job.
Right.
But I will say that, sky is the limit, I will say.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
one good thing about working at Sokrati is that uh, it provides you the opportunity and platform to grow at your own pace, and the kind of exposure that you get, be it working with certain problem statements, working with team, come up with your own ideas, think outside the box, right? So it's
Sure.
always been a exponential growth for someone who works at Sokrati at any point in time they join Sokrati.
So fantastic. I think that was a brilliant quote. For the folks here, what is that one thing you will say from your experience they should focus if they have to grow up the ladder, similarly like you, in 5 years, they can be featured or
Hmm.
maybe earlier? What would be that one thing?
I will say be curious, ask
Okay.
questions,
Okay.
and I mean, don't feel restricted, asking questions, asking queries,
Great.
because I have faced that in the past that, I've been kind of keeping distance or maybe being introvert and not asking questions. And then that I felt that, it's just a one step that you have to take, and then your counterpart will take five steps for you. So that is what I have seen. So for everybody, who is growing in the system right now, be curious, ask question, uh, uh, little bit proactive,
Sure.
and definitely things will fall in your way.
So great, Akshay. With that, I'll come to my final query to you. We are inviting folks and we are hiring in large numbers. You moved, like you mentioned, in your journey from 200 to 1800. And we are growing. You and me are part of the hiring process extensively, and we know the amount of folks who are aspiring. So, what are those things people should keep at the back of mind to prepare to be able to be selected at Sokrati? What are those one or two things which the folks should be conscious about?
Okay. So if they think that they have a skill set of solving problems, right? That's a very important skill to have.
Absolutely.
And if they are someone who likes numbers or who like to solve problems or empathize with a challenge and then works on that, someone who is good with collaboration. Definitely, there will be some skill sets which are domain specific, but then to put it in a very layman term, someone who likes to solve problems and likes to take initiatives, right, is a very good place for them to start their career.
Great. Wonderful. Thanks, Akshay, for that wonderful conversation. Very, very interesting insights. Friends, you were watching our episode Heroes of Socrates. So stay tuned. Write to us if you want to come on board. And those who are already here, feel free to drop a note to Akshay if you want to know more about his journey and success story. Thank you very much. Good day.